Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hammer Podcast. Today is, I got it up here right now, Saturday, April 26, 2025. And today we are doing open lines. All right. So if you want to be on the podcast, talk about whatever you want to talk about, just text me at 920-777-1697, and I will send you the link. All right. Okay. So today I wanted to talk about a couple of actually a couple of people, perverts. One of them is a pastor, and the other one is a youth group leader. A lot of these Christian, and don't get me wrong, okay? I'm not an atheist. I'm not a Christian. Religion. I don't care about religion. Okay. You believe what you want to believe. But a lot of these pastors and a lot of these youth group leaders, especially the ones that work with children, need to be held accountable. And the first one we have today is a guy by the name of Robert Morris. Okay. This guy is a complete POS, if you know what I mean. All right. Like I said, this is open lines. If you would like to be on the podcast, just text 920-777-1697 and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay? All right. So here we go. Let's get into Robert Morris. Okay? Let me go ahead and present this here. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Okay. Get rid of this guy. Add him to the stage. There we go. All right. So you have Gateway Church founding pastor Robert Morris indicted on 5 counts. And if anybody has children, this should anger you. I have children. This angers me. All right. Indicted on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child in Oklahoma. Okay. Now here is, actually, there's a video. So we're going to go ahead and play the video for you. Okay. Let me take down the banner here. All right. Here we go.
That indictment coming down just earlier tonight. We've got our Andrea Lucia joining us now because she's been covering the story for the past year. And Andrea,
for the past year, okay? This happened, I believe, last year. Okay?
No, you're actually hearing from the victim in this case. What is she saying to you tonight?
I mean, she called news of the indictment incredible. Cindy Clemenshire was 12 when this happened. Today,
12 years old, people. 12. Okay? That should anger even people that don't have kids. You have nieces, stuff like that. That should anger you. 12 years old. This man, who's supposedly a man of God, that people relied on for whatever, guidance, all that kind of stuff. 12 years old.
Today, she's in her 50s and speaking openly about what she describes as horrific crimes committed against her as a child.
That having the truth be heard, it's changed the way I feel about myself.
Nearly a year after Cindy Clemenshire shared her story of being sexually abused as a 12-year-old, she says the law has finally caught up with the man.
Took long enough, didn't it? My goodness. I mean, I'm sure with her, the statute of limitations is already gone. So she's never going to get any type of justice out of this. So keep going.
Responsible.
So God heals, God redeems.
Robert Morris, the founder.
God heals, God redeems. Obviously, God doesn't care if you have sex with 12-year-old kids, does he? Obviously not, because that's what you're doing. All right.
South Lakes Gateway Church was indicted today.
Look at the crowd. How many of those people are not attending that church anymore? Probably none of them. They're probably all saying, oh, well, this is a conspiracy. They're just trying to take our pastor down. That's what they're trying to do. Sometimes these indoctrinated people can be just out of their minds.
Today by an Oklahoma grand jury. He's charged with 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child for 5 alleged incidents in Hominy, Oklahoma between 1982 and 1985. Clemishire has confirmed she is the unnamed victim in the indictment.
I did not understand what was going on.
In a sit-down interview last year, she told us the abuse began on Christmas night, 1982.
Christmas night. Can you imagine? Was he trying to give her a Christmas present? What a POS. What a piece of complete shit. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Man of God, my ass.
The same day this picture was taken. Morris, at the time, was a traveling preacher who, with his wife and...
Is it me, or does this guy look like James Spader? It really sucks. I really like James Spader. He's a great actor, but he does. Anyway.
Children would often stay with her family while in Oklahoma, where she lived. Morris admitted to inappropriate sexual behavior with a young lady in a public statement.
No, it's not a young lady. It's a child. She was 12. A child, not a young lady, a child.
Heavily criticized for its phrasing. How do you describe what happened? What do you call it?
I call it child sexual abuse.
According to the Oklahoma Attorney General's office, a statute of limitations on charges doesn't apply in this case because Morris himself never lived in Oklahoma. In a new statement, Clemishire said, "Now it is time for the legal system to hold him accountable. My family and I are deeply grateful to the authorities who worked tirelessly to make this day possible and remain hopeful that justice will ultimately prevail." Well, Robert Morris has not spoken or appeared publicly since resigning as lead pastor of Gateway Church last summer in the wake of these accusations. And the Oklahoma Attorney General says his initial court appearance has not been scheduled, so we're not sure when we'll be seeing him. In a statement this evening, though, Gateway Church said, quote, "We are aware of the actions being taken by the legal authorities in Oklahoma and are grateful for the work of the justice system in holding abusers accountable for their actions. We continue to pray for Cindy Clemishire and her family, for the members and staff of Gateway Church, and for all of those impacted by this terrible."
No, sorry. You can't say we're going to pray for you. No, your pastor sexually abused her. All right. Don't try and say, they should be held accountable. You know, they're gonna back up their pastor 100%. I can guarantee that. Okay. But this guy, I think he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna go to jail. No doubt in my mind.
Situation.
All right. So, Robert Morris.
Insenses.
Damn ads. Anyway, Robert Morris, founding pastor of Gateway Church, a mega church. It's a mega church, which means there's thousands of people that are there. He's been indicted on 5 counts of lewd or indecent acts with a child stemming from alleged incidents, dating back to the 1980s. The Oklahoma Attorney General's office announced Wednesday. Morris resigned from the Gateway Church. That's not going to help him at all. Last year, following allegations that he had sexual relations in Oklahoma with a then 12-year-old girl, Cindy Clemishire, 4 decades ago. After almost 43 years, it took 43 years for this girl to get justice. All right? The justice system needs to be overhauled. And Pam Bondi, let's go. Get those indictments going. The law has finally caught up with Robert Morris for the horrific crimes he committed against me as a child. Clemishire said in a statement Wednesday, "Now it's time for the legal system to hold him accountable. My family and I are deeply grateful to the authorities who have worked tirelessly to make this day possible and remain hopeful that justice will ultimately prevail." I hope that it does. I hope. The indictment was announced by the Office of Oklahoma Attorney General Genter getting Drummond. That might mean decades behind bars, hopefully. And maybe those, when he's there at the Gray Bar Hotel, that they're going to give, the prisoners are going to give him a taste of his own medicine, hopefully. There can be no tolerance for those who sexually prey on children, Drummond said. This case is all the more despicable because the alleged perpetrator was a pastor who exploited his position. Yes, he did. The victim in this case has waited far too many years for justice to be done. I agree. They should have got him back in the 80s when this happened. But sometimes these children are too scared to come forward. I could say, like some of the people that were in the roll-offs homes, Rebecca, Bethesda, all these other groups, some of them, and like I said, now they're coming out. Were they too scared? Maybe. I'm sure a lot of them have emotional problems, but they've finally come out and said, hey, this is what's been happening to me. What can they do? Absolutely nothing. Lester Roloff is dead. Wiley Cameron is dead. Faye Cameron, I don't know. She might be dead. I don't know. But if she's still alive, she's got to be in her 90s. So the only justice that can be done is putting them on a podcast and telling everybody else, hey, if you're going to be sending kids to a home for troubled youth, you might want to check it out first. Being that we do have the internet now, which I'm streaming on, as you can see. Go on the internet, check out these places. And if you're still not convinced, go to that place and check out the whole facility. If they don't let you in the whole facility and let you check out everything that's going on over there, don't put your kid there. Okay? These homes have to be transparent. Okay? They have to let you know, hey, this is what we do. This is what we teach them and everything else. If they don't even think about it. All right? So before I get to the next one, if you want to be on the podcast, this is open lines today. I'm just putting out some stuff. Well, people text me at 920-777-1697, and I will send you the link to the podcast, and you can come on. And if you have a story to tell, or if you have some news that you want to talk about, or any type of subject, go ahead and let me know. We'll talk about it, okay? All right. So let's get to the next person over here. You have, let me go ahead and get this off the stage here. Oh, that guy makes me sick. You have a dumbass named Kevin Blair. Okay, he's the next guy on our list here. So let's go ahead and get him off of here. And this guy here, okay, get him off. Remove. All right, here we go. This guy here says, Christian youth group leader. This guy's a youth group leader. Sexually abused minors, charging documents say. And the thing is, they can't hide anymore. Okay? A lot of these guys do this stuff in secret. These kids are going to come out. They'll go on social media, they'll talk about it, and then it's eventually going to get to the authorities, and the authorities are going to do something about it. Okay? Now, before I start this, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. If you like what we're doing here, text me at 920-777-1697. If you have a subject you want to talk about, text me on that, and I will send you the link, and you can come on. Okay? Now, we also have a video from this guy, too. So let's go ahead and get to this.
Kevin Guy is being held without bail. He's been here at the Baltimore County Detention Center since March 12th. We learned about the allegations after a grand jury handed up an indictment Monday.
Nice wife, has a small child, and very friendly, all of them.
Mary Bakowski is talking about her neighbor, Kevin Guy.
He's a wonderful guy. Wouldn't hurt anybody. Yeah. You obviously didn't know him well enough.
surprised and disappointed about police allegations that the Christian group leader inappropriately touched 5 teenage boys.
Good neighbors. If you need
Boys, these are the people that are talking about, oh, homosexuality is a sin and all this other kind of stuff. And they're touching boys. You know, back in the day when my kids, my son and daughter were children, I always had to worry about my daughter to make sure nobody was doing anything with her. Now, people that have children in this day and age also have to worry about their son. This is ridiculous. And especially coming from a Christian organization.
anything, they help you the best they could. They watch out for my mom. Never
It's a good thing she didn't have any small kids.
expected anything like that.
According to police, Guy did this from 2018 to last June while working as a youth group counselor at Cummings Reformed Episcopal Church in Catonsville.
Episcopal Church. So if anybody is at that church, I think maybe it's time to go find another church, or to just not go to church altogether. At least that's my thought.
Police charging documents indicate some of the touching happened at a fast food restaurant near the church. Guy allegedly sent explicit photos of himself to the boys using a group message on Snapchat. Authorities determined the alleged abuse also took place at Guy's Reisterstown home. In one incident, investigators allege Guy videotaped a student getting out of the shower. The student declined to be interviewed by police. When the traffic showed up,
Why would he decline to be interviewed by the police? You know why? Because he's embarrassed. Okay. This kid, presumably heterosexual, was seen naked by this man. If it were me, I'd be like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want it to get out. We got out, but his name's he's not being named. So that's good. That's good.
up at the house, were they teenagers?
Mostly.
Teenage boys?
Mostly.
Mostly, the indictment is for 5 teenage boys. It's not mostly what a couple of girls too? No, it was all boys. Were they all boys? Yes, all boys. Not mostly, all boys.
They stay long?
No.
Police charging documents show the alleged victims told police Guy also choked him. They say he talked with them about his drugged or drunken sexual experiences with men while in college to get a free dinner.
So he was a whore. This guy was a male whore, whoring himself out to other men. And this guy is a youth leader at a church. Okay. To all the churches out there, you need to vet your people a little bit better. Okay? They do have websites where you can do background checks on these people. Do your background check. And make sure that he's not screwing around with any of the kids out there. Okay? All right.
Court papers show Guy explained to police when he was 10, he was molested by a man over the course of an entire summer.
That does not give you the right to molest other kids. Just because you were molested as a child does not give you the right to molest other boys. Sorry. You can't use that as an excuse. All right? Get help. See a therapist. Work your way out of it. Okay? If you can't, go do some drinking, smoke something, but don't take it out on the children.
Guy told police he struggles with drinking. His neighbors find it all
He struggles with drinking. Whatever.
hard to believe.
I never expected anything like that. He's such a nice guy and friendly and help you do anything you need help with. I just can't believe it.
Well, you're not a small boy, so he's going to help you and not do anything to you. If you were a 12-year-old boy, maybe he might have.
Both his employer and defense attorney declined to comment. The indictment means
Of course.
there will be no preliminary hearing. The case is now in circuit court No trial date yet. Reporting from Towson, David Collins, WBAL TV 11 News.
Wow. No trial date set, but we're going to see if we can keep up on this one, okay? All right, so Catonsville Christian Youth Group leader faces nearly 80 charges, including inappropriately touching teenage boys in his care, according to charging documents. Police charging documents state that Kevin Blair Guy, 32, sexually abused 5 minors. The allegations go back several years. Guy's being held without bail. He's been in jail since March 12th this year. An indictment was handed out on Monday. Neighbors 11 News spoke to are shocked and surprised by the allegations. I guess it could happen. It could happen. People, your neighbors are never going to tell you what they do in their private life. So I can see how these people would be shocked and appalled. I never expected anything like that, said Mary Bykowski. He is such a nice guy, friendly, help you do anything you needed help with. I just can't believe it. Well, you know what? I can believe it. I would leave, and I mean this with all sincerity. If I had the choice between a Satanist and a Christian, I would leave my kids with a Satanist. Because according to the Satanic Bible, the first thing it says, one of the rules, do no harm. Those people are not going to harm my children. According to the Christian Bible, you can do harm, obviously. Bykowski lives near Guy, who she said lives with his wife and 4-year-old wife. He has a wife and a 4-year-old son. Can you imagine the humiliation that his wife has to go through because of this? You think about it, it's not the women or it's not the men that are being humiliated. It's their spouse, the women that are being humiliated. It's like this guy here has been screwing around with little boys and I didn't even know it. Anyway, before I keep going, if you want to be on the podcast, text 920-777-1697 and I'll send you the link and you can be on the podcast. All right. All right. So police said that alleged sexual abuse took place from 2018 until June 2024, fairly recently, when Guy was working as a youth group counselor with an organization that rented space at Cummins Reformed Episcopal Church in Catonsville. Police charging documents said some of the incidents happened at a fast food restaurant near the church. They're not saying what that fast food restaurant is. If I was to guess, I would say either a McDonald's or a Burger King or something like that. Other incidents took place at his home in Reisterstown. Wow. Where was his wife at? And where was his 4-year-old son at? Interesting. In one indictment, investigators allege Guy set up his cell phone in the bathroom and recorded a student. The student declined to be interviewed by police. Guy is also accused of sending explicit photos of himself to the boys in a group message on Snapchat. Police charging documents indicate Guy would also choke the boys. Ugh, disgusting. The alleged victims told police Guy talked with them about his college sexual experiences with men. He told the boys he would mess with men when he was high or drunk to get free meals. Guy told police when he was 10 years old, he was molested by a man over the course of an entire summer. He also told police he struggles with drinking. Like I said, no excuse. No excuse to molest other boys. Like I said, go get help. Go get a therapist, something like that. help you through your problems. Good neighbors, Bakowski said. If you need anything, they would help you the best they could. They'd watch out for my mom. I never expected anything like this. Well, expected, because some of these Christians, I'm telling you, they may be nice to you while you're at church, but when they're in private, some of them are real kinky people. I'm telling you, really, the fetishes some of these Christians have are interesting to say the least. Both his employer and his defense attorney declined to comment. The indictment means there will be no preliminary hearing. The case is now in Baltimore County Circuit Court, but the trial date has not been set as of Wednesday, which is 2 days ago. All right. So we're going to hopefully follow up on that and see what happens. Okay. So there we go, everybody. Those are my two things. If you want to be on the podcast, I'm going to wait another 2 or 3 minutes. If you want to be on, here is the number. Text 920-777-1697, and I will bring you on the show. Okay? If not, we're going to go ahead and end it right here. Like I said, I'll take a couple of minutes here. Let me get this off the screen here. All right. So I am in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and just to let everybody know, we just had the draft. Actually, the draft is still going on as we speak. Okay. This is the last day. I did not step foot near. The second day, they had like 205,000 people. No, thank you. All right. I've seen pictures of the draft going on, and they got those big old line of porta potties going on. I'm not stepping foot in those. You have no idea what is in there, But to say, and this is my opinion, we did have some pretty good picks. Let's hope that they were the right picks, and we'll see what happens. Will the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl? Hopefully. I'm not 100% sure if they're going to, but we'll see. All right. One more time, 920-777-1697 if you want to come on. I'm going to wait about another 30 seconds here, and you can come on and talk about whatever you want to talk about, okay? So, like I said, the draft is starting to wind up. Today, I believe, is the last day. But then again, they're not going to let anybody go around that area till like May 4th, which is the end of next week. There's a couple places that I like to go to and eat. D2, Stadium View. I love eating there. I know all the people there. But I guess I'm just going to have to wait. Usually Friday after I get off of work, me and my wife will go over and we'll have Bloody Marys. Or I'll have a Bloody Mary. She doesn't drink. So we'll have a Bloody Mary, a couple of beers, and we'll chit-chat a little bit. Just kind of a tradition. You know what I mean? So we'll hopefully we can get back to doing that. Now, to let everybody know, please subscribe to the channel, okay? Like the video. Hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be doing a open lines on Monday. I believe Monday. And I'll put it up as soon as this is over. So for the Hammer Podcast, I'm Jason. You take care of yourself. You take care of each other. And we'll see you Monday. I'm going to do another open lines, okay? So everybody have a great Saturday. And we'll see you on Monday, all right? You take it easy. See you.